Looks like this is it, girlies. Let's join the party and wait for the others inside. Oh. Is that how we got in? I'm interested in seeing how this turns out. This could be a really interesting little, like, puzzle quest thing where you have 3 parallel parties all doing their own talents. That said, we could pick anybody for any party, which kind of limits things. Like, if it was like a puzzle solving thing, you would expect them to that's a lot of fucking save points. You'd expect it to be more mandatory of who gets to be where. How the fuck do I do that voice? I can't do it. I lost it. I can't. Voices are hard. You just kind of like, it's pure muscle memory and bullshit. Like you just, I've had a few times where I snap to something that's approximately what they do, and other times I'm just like, I don't know how I ever did that. Let's tiptoe into the basement and meet with the rest of the crew. Is there really much to do in this? I think that level is just everyone walking in. Oh. So it begins. Alright, well. These saves are a mess at this point, aren't they? Let's go to make a save. Just so I don't have to walk everybody in if I screw up and die. Yeah, OG crew, except not really, because obviously part of the OG crew was Hal, technically. Is Staff Sweep charging up faster now that he has more skills, I wonder? Jeez, he does some damage now. So yeah, I kind of wish that I had spent more time buffing up the party. I was definitely under the impression that the people you were taking with you were the ones that were going to be doing fighting, and everyone else is going to be just doing tertiary, like, puzzle-solvy stuff, or just cheering you on from the background, essentially. Kind of like how Ro Bowman stats didn't matter in the last mission, because she just manned the gun. Because they made a point to warn me, like, I could use a better gun, but they only said that, I think, when I was taking them into the party, which is weird. Because if you could say that, hey, I'll meet you there, and they didn't say, like, yo, I could use a better gun in response to that. But apparently, they're just as valid. In fact, who I told to meet me there or come with me actually didn't matter, because you set up the parties when you get there anyway. So I was completely wrong about, like, what was even happening in that mission, or in that situation, and what the choice I thought I was making, when I functionally wasn't making a choice. I thought I was making a choice at the bar, but I wasn't. Four layers. We might be in trouble. Ooh, that was down to the wire. I had it down to the last 2 choices, so if that one didn't work, I'd have to press down, down, then space, but I don't know if that would have made it in time. So I felt how down to the wire. Ooh. Something about going down those stairs really felt very perfect darky. It's like when you go under the Carrington Institute. Like, tingled my nostalgia brain a little bit. Because that game means things to me. Oop. Welcome to Keynote. Huh. Oh. These are the assholes. the first established villain in this game. Is one of these guys pummeling you. Whee! Lock him up. They're not as fucked up as I would hope. Let's save up Boots' one too. Just AoE down the whole squad. Me and the squad are here to fuck you up! Oh, now we'll just hit that guy because he's the only one left. Oh, no, there's two guys left. I just didn't see them because they're small. They're hiding behind the silhouettes of my party members and the wobbly-ass psycho camera. Which often feels like it's not even on my team. Yeah! He has a cool looking staff now. He's got that big dramatic thing on the end. Looking all rad. There we go. I think I'll go back. Let's wait here and see if somebody else can find the answer to the keynote before I continue forward and potentially lose track of it. Hopefully Pal doesn't have to fight much because he does not have an overpowered party member to rely on. And he is underleveled. How do you play these? Oh, it's the pipe thing I have to squint at. Shit. I haven't played this minigame in ages. It's rough. Cause yeah, for those that forget, the big trick with that minigame is that those really small, low-resolution blue grids that make up each square, like the background of each square, some of them have broken grids, but you can't tell at a glance. You have to like look. I have to lean all the way up to the screen and like squint at it. Like I have to look at it really up close, because in case it wasn't clear, I am playing this game in a window that does not take up my entire screen to begin with, and then I edit it to look like it's a full screen but 4x3 game on the videos. But I have to play this game in windowed mode because if I play it in full screen mode, it stretches everything to be fat, because it stretches all of the visuals to fit a 16:9 resolution. But so everyone would look like they're very thick, and every square would be a rectangle and so on. But it means that stuff like that is like really difficult to read. Login access. Bridge. Move chasm bridge. Okay. Fortress. Gambit. Oh, it's a password. Yeah. Like when normally people are like Alpha, Bravo, whatever the fuck, in like the phonetic language thing. But these are all different ones. I think they replaced them all with completely different ones. X-ray, I think, is normal though. Mojo, Lithium, Kepler. Kepler, why would Kepler be on the list? I don't have a lot to do right now from this one, but it's unlocked now. What's this one do? So that one had craters in it, which is like presumably functionally identical to the ones that are just a slightly disheveled grid that doesn't work, but dramatic and easy to see, and I'm like, wow, that would have been convenient if that always was how it worked. Info. Hello, Detta Corps guards. Welcome to your Detta Corps terminal. Terminal use. This terminal is to be used to access security systems with proper clearance, to monitor the state of current operations, and to provide information for each section. Turnover can be somewhat frequent in the Detta Corps organization, so the information section should help initiate new recruits to the function of their section. Oh, there we go. Security doors. In case of a security violation, individual terminals will only have local access and limited control of security doors. Security doors have 3 levels of security, low, medium, and high. During a breach, no one terminal will be able to open all security doors. New initiates. Guards are organized into groups of 3. Please get your third of the day's code instructions and combine it with the 2/3 of your duty mates, and it will provide the means to decode the day's orders, codes for the security systems, and so on. Remember, once you've gotten the code instructions for the day, you erase your keynotes. Guards failing to do so will find an increase in the turnover rates, and if we understand each other. So they have a whole crazy nutcase system where 3 people all have to work together so that any of them can do their job, or even understand what their job is every day. Sounds like a nightmare. It also likely still has a single point of failure, which is whoever makes the instructions in the first place is still one person. Code particulars. Code instructions pertain on what code numbers to use. Code numbers are associated with the Galaxy Morse code standard, with 1 corresponding to Astro 2. 2? Question mark? 2? Yeah, 2. This font's kind of annoying because it has a bunch of slices taken out of things. 2 to Bernard, and so on. Discuss the code with no one. The code instructions for the day will either eliminate false code numbers for you, or tell you which ones of a set are to be used. For instance, the day's instructions might be what's combined with the master computer. Use only multiples of 3. In a given code set, you might have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so you would only use 3, 6, and 9 for your code, resulting in Cortica Flotsam Integer. CFI. Do your job, do it well, and get to... You get to keep it. Sorry about that. So we need to figure out how to... Let's see. Do I have more to do as this character? Is there anything hidden down here? Oh. What was that? Nut slap shot harmonic? What the fuck? Got that. Got... Yeah. There we go. Hello. Can I, like, murder these people with a button? Do my special murder button? Oh, there's another one. Yeah, so each of our party members is each going to find a keynote. We need to find out what the code is. Why are they all floating up there? Going that way seems dangerous. Hello. Hey, get out of the ground, guys. Freaking me out. Let's put you in the front because you're the tough guy. You can probably tank the most hits, and I think whoever you're playing as kind of ends up in the front. Secure-o-matic. That's cool looking. What an ornate death floor. Oh. So we just got codes for days on this character. I think I currently have 0 codes to work with. So Boots is probably gonna have to move forward. Especially if this is all these people have access to. Oh, here's something. What a difference in decor, right? Everything almost looks like it's made of stone here. But the last room was completely different feel. Oop. Sneaky tiny items. Oh, bad guys! Hello. Oh, I did get surprisingly close for them to register that I was here. Hey! Just punched her in the face. Have I ever used you in combat? What are your abilities? I can't actually look at them right now. I'll read them later or something. You still only have tractor hold. That's brutal. I may have gotten an upgrade item for you at some point, but I don't know if I remember where I would use it. If I did have one. But I don't know if I have one. It's another thing to keep track of is every single party member has a unique system where you get a special item and you have to recognize that that special item is an upgrade for that particular character that gives them a new ability, and then you have to also know where to spend it. Because you usually can't just click on them. You have to like know where that item gets used, and it's kind of like good luck with that. There we go. Everybody fucking die. Die, 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 die. I feel bad, but I think of the pain pirouette. I think I've legitimately never used her before. Because yeah, immediately after they give her to you, you get a mandatory party that she can't be in. And then you get a party that has to have Democritus in it, and then one other character. And you're like, am I gonna risk this lady that just kind of showed up one day and I don't have any attachment to? Or am I gonna use one of these characters that I know how to use in combat? Especially since they're making me take Democritus with me. It's like, you could have taken her, but you would have had to deal with Stiletto for that entire superhero ship. And that could go so badly if she sucks. Or you just don't know how to use her or something. But the upside would be that you would then get a mission starring Stiletto instead of one starring Ro Bowman. And that's actually a really cool feature of the game. I'm just sad that they had to put it after the superhero ship, because I want to replay those, and maybe I will get around to it someday. But it's just playing that entire multiple hour super villain ship every single time I want to switch characters. That's brutal, because you pick your party member before that and then you do the entire super villain ship, and then you get to play the single planet as that character, which I think Pal and Stiletto were the options besides the one we had. So we've now found all 3 of these. We don't know any of their passwords yet though. One drop too many. Search him? Yeah. There's a scrap of paper in his pocket. It says today's face and 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 11, 13, 22. Let's grab a note. Ha. It's funny, I don't necessarily have a notepad on hand, but I have a, I bought one of those decks of index cards. I guess a deck is a word for it. I don't know. A pack of index cards. They're cards, so it feels right to call them a deck, even though a deck normally has, like, unique, specific things that make up it what it is. Alright, so... Day's face, 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 11, 13, 22. Cool. But I like having index cards. Good for I can write a little shopping list on it and so on, and then take that one card with me. Which I guess you could do also with the notepad, tearing them off, but like usually one page of a notepad is, even the small ones are just too much paper anyway. But I also can have like a bunch of index cards kind of floating around on my desk that are different like references for different games and whatnot. Like I have one in here, I have one over here that's like the list of screen names as I figure them out for the characters in Y2K. Yick. So I can check, it's like if I ever figure out what somebody's screen name is, I can write it down on there. Then I have a reference card. I can check when I'm trying to figure those out. It's a mission that was less successful than I hoped. The camera's not doing me any favors right now. It's the winery. Or the wine cellar, not a winery. None of the wine is down here, it's all up there. What does he use this lower area for? It really is taking me back to playing Perfect Dark. Because of the wine cellar and the sniper mission. I think it's the third mission. The third location, not the third mission. Because the first location alone is 3 missions. Okay, I need a camera angle change. These wine barrels are bursting with some freaky liquid. It ain't wine. It's slime. It's Ivan Ooze. Alright, she has the weirdest, nichest ability too, which is that she finds secret buttons somewhere in the environment and then throws like a coin at it, and that makes a button, that makes a special door open somewhere, and for some reason that's consistently how people hide things. Is like the same way, and she's got the master key. But like, I've only ever noticed like 1 or 2 of them in the entire game because they're so niche that like, how the fuck would you find them? Like, are you just staring at ceilings all the time? Everyone else's ability is like, ah, I have the special key that unlocks this problem. Like, I have a clear obstacle in my way. This guard won't give me what I want, or this door is locked, or so on. But Stiletto was like, I can find secret niche surprise loot. And you can punch things. Which I think we've used once ever. I think he used Rage Might to attack that one computer console that one time. I don't know where you'd use it. There must have been some open world locations where you could have used it if you backtracked through the entire game. Because unfortunately, you don't get the superhero Paco until the game's basically over. Like, you're already at this stage. So you'd have to then get back to the open world again after that whole detour, and then just make a point to like backtrack through all the places you've been so far and look for places you might be able to punch. It's a little rough to get a new character this late. I don't understand why, in particular, I think I don't understand why Stiletto joins the party so late. I mean, really, both of them could have joined the party way earlier, Stiletto and Paco. They could have made that ship part happen in any part of the story, because it doesn't have any connection to the story. So, like, at any point, they could have had you gotten kidnapped by that ship, and then just balance those encounters around whatever level that is. And then give you Paco, because it was a complete non sequitur, that its only purpose is to give you Paco. So waiting until the end of the game was kind of pointless. It just means you don't have Paco. And similarly, Stiletto just kind of shows up, as far as I can remember. Particularly, you go to that one bar, but yeah, like, she just kind of... She's not... The way that she's introduced to the party isn't especially narrative specific, so like, they could have introduced both of them quicker, and then give them more time to flesh them out. But really, this game has issues that are akin to games that still happen to this day, which is that, like, you have a lot of, like, narrative moments that reinforce the characters and whatnot early on, when there aren't a lot of them. And then everyone who gets added later gets less fleshed out. The example being, I think I've been in every direction. I think I'm just kind of going in circles now, because this area is a little confusing. I think it's time to play as Boots. But like, when we meet these characters, these are the only characters in the game, along with Pal. So they get a lot of cutscenes and a lot of dialogue. Like, in particular, like, they have that really cool scene where all of them are like kind of bonding on the ship, and they get to hang out because they have to like very slowly drive home, and so you get like that montage scene of like these three and Pal and Fatima all interacting. And it's because the game knows which characters you have, and so it can give them cutscenes. But then once you start getting too many party members, the cutscenes kind of dry up, and they only really happen when the game forces you to have specific characters in the party. Like, voiced cutscenes have kind of gone away, unless they just feature Boots. And in fact, there's been multiple scenes where they're just like, hey, Boots, only you can come in this room. Okay, now we can do a voiced cutscene with all of your party members gone. And so that means all the late additions kind of get the short end of the stick for development. We never got follow-up with Paco and that kid. She just vanishes, apparently, from the story after he saves her. It almost looked like they were bonding or something, but we just never see her again. But when I say that the games like have that, like a lot of games have that issue, but of all things, a weird example that comes to mind is Rayman, Mario and Rabbids, whatever the fuck it was called, the XCOM style game. At the beginning of that game, you only have 2 little Rabbids, and so there's tons of comedy cutscenes with them, and it's like really fun how many cutscenes you get that are like setting up the comedy and these little characters and their dynamics, and it's just kind of fun. But then the party fills out, and you can take any people with you on a mission, and then those cutscenes vanish entirely, and it's like, oh, but I like that part of the game. But like, we have to maintain continuity, and we like gave you the ability to pick whoever you want from here on out, so everyone's going to be standing around silently from here on out. And there's a lot of that. Like, there's a lot of cutscenes where these characters technically show up, but the previously animated Grumpos, for example, is now just a stock character that stands behind Boots silently during a lot of scenes, if you did take him with you. And that's just kind of a bummer. This game could do with a... If nothing else, if they want to be respectful of the... Oh, hello, green world. If they want to be respectful of the variability and continuity, then if nothing else, they could have introduced Paco and Stiletto earlier in the game, and then each time you go to a new planet, they could have one of those little montages where the party is interacting on the ship, because that's outside of the context of you getting to pick characters. But they also made the strange choice of having the entire party all be on a planet that is not the ship. So that technically they're not on the ship when you travel from place to place, which means they actually kind of can't do that. And it's just like, oh man. Some very different choices had to be made earlier in the development of this game to flesh out some of these things and have them sort of fulfill their potential. Is that another one? No, that's a note. Okay. I'm like, there can't be another one of those pads, right? We only need 3. Oh, there's another one. It photographs you whenever you do it wrong. There's 2 keynotes here. Am I supposed to have some kind of clue about what to do with these? Do I use you? I don't think so. But like, you'll remember there was all those funny cutscenes, like how Boots and Grumpos asked that guy for his foot. And it's just fun. Those are just fun. And they just kind of really dried up once they had more party members and were afraid to, like, contradict them or something. It could also be a facet of limited development. They're just like, ah, we gotta hurry up. We tried really hard at the early part of the game, but no, we gotta finish this game up. Because there is an unfinished feeling to some of the areas. I don't know why I spread these out, I should have focused people. But like, we played that cool detective situation where we had to find the clues about the monster, and like, conceptually that was reasonably neat. But the implementation of it was really frustrating. Because it was just such a massive maze of like a pathologic level. Like, that level was insane to navigate. And it ultimately only had like 4 clues that were relatively tightly packed together. But because they leave you so wide open to navigate in random directions in an undetailed, copy-pasty kind of environment full of like doors that don't open and so on, that it kind of needlessly complicates the scenario. But you kind of get a feeling that they had bigger plans for that place, and that's why it's so complicated. Because a similarly simple area, the military base that you go to as Paco, that one is about as complicated as far as how many things they actually want you to do and accomplish while you're there, but it's way more bare bones, and so it's way more streamlined, and you can quickly find the things you need to find and move on with your life. And funnily enough, Roe Bowman's mission, which was optional, that had a really big complicated area too, like the one that Boots was stuck in, even though it was optional, but it was actually better implemented in that, yes, it was a huge area that you could talk to a billion people in, but it was an environment you could relatively reasonably map out in your head. It wasn't really convoluted and weird like the snow place was. And almost all those characters actually had a purpose. Like, a huge number of them actually were part of the process of you getting the leaves that you needed in order to continue the story. So it actually was more elegant in its design and more fun and memorable and just all around a better level. And it was optional, which is the strangest. Like, you think that they would polish the shit out of the Boots mission because it's mandatory. So I think it might just be like as one of those symptoms of like, okay, we gotta ship this. Some of these places are already done, some of these places we just gotta figure out how to wrap it up now because we gotta go. And the super villain planet definitely felt like that. Ho Torque Beef Plaza. The choice is clear. Ho Torque Beef Plaza. What a fucking sentence. Torque Beef Plaza. The choice is clear. Yeah, that spaceship has been plenty criticized in the comments themselves too, but it's just like, wow, this really is just an enemy gauntlet with no particular design to it. Just like how the bug dungeon was kind of just like, I'm just fighting dudes in a bunch of similar rooms for like a few hours. Could you not? Like, I criticize jRPG dungeons, but this is actually, some of these ones in this game are actually rougher than those ones. Let's see. So it can't be this, because you can't do T or P on a keynote. Coho Torque Beef Plaza. CTBP. Nope, it's not that straightforward. Let's see. So beef would be 2, and coho would be 3. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. The P is 17. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. Fuck. I went back. I don't have the numbers of alphabet letters memorized at all. A, B, C, D, fuck. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. That's 20? I am literally counting them out on my hands, which is why I was doing intervals there, because I was trying not to lose my place, or that would fuck it all up. So 320, 217. Is that useful? So 2 and 3 were in the today's face list. The today's face list had 2 and 3, but not 20 and 17. Let's see here. We've seen some of the puzzles this game has had before, so I'm a little I'm a little apprehensive of how this will play out, and whether or not this is going to make any sense. Like that one with the eyeball, where you're supposed to like you're supposed to press the eyeball button and then look backwards at the pillar, and then looking at the pillar would tell you the next one each time, and it's like I can see how that works. I'm not entirely sure how the player's meant to reasonably and consistently figure that out, though. So all of these are the same letters, right? Yeah. Today's face. Coho Torque Beef Plaza, the choice is clear. Gross. That's not what it means. Today's face. Face. These fit, don't they? Correct code entered. Keynote contains no data. Today's face. They mean today is face, as in like the password today is face. I think I found one note as each character, but then 3 or 4 of them as boots. Shit. This is useless. So we're trying to get that one open, basically. This one isn't face? Right? So here we have exceptions. So I guess we backtrack, like, potentially a lot. That's not the door. Here's another one. Why don't the ones in Boots' timeline work, but the other ones did? Maybe the first one we found is from today, but the other ones aren't from today. They're, like, discarded and old, so they don't work with this password. And there might be an old one we can find that works. Ba-doo. Hey, it contains no data. Okay. I don't think that was the first one I found either, though, was it? Maybe it was. I think this is where we started when we did a fight here. Oh, that's frustrating. I found a password and I used it on all the places I could find where the password could be used. And none of them actually gave me anything. So, like, I haven't actually made any progress, I guess. Shit. That's not good. Like, am I missing one somewhere? Now we're back here. Alright, well, maybe face is a code. So, like, face. F is 6, A is 1, C is 3, E is 5. Like 6135? Could that be useful somewhere? So Coho Torque Beef Plaza is 32217. Today's face says 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 11, 13, 22. Base can be turned into 6135. 6135. Am I getting a message? That's not important. All right. Where was the? Was it Boots' campaign? I mean, Boots' area? It's not here. So, Pal moved a bridge. So I'm wondering if I can find that bridge, and that would, like, let me get somewhere. I think it might have been Boots' area, because his looks like the most catwalky so far. I might have to move it again as Pal just to see what it even looked like. Oh, is that it? You. Okay, let's try that. I can't believe that all of those pads gave me nothing. They're all blank. Ah. I ain't moving the bridge if someone else is standing on it. Well, that defeats the purpose of the idea of using that. I don't know. Let's see what happens when I move it. Oh wow, I'm just realizing that right about now I'm very thankful for the fact that, wait, did it teleport me to the other side of the bridge? Wasn't I over there? I'm on the wrong side. Maybe I was on this side, maybe I fucked up. But I want to be on that side. Right now I'm really thankful for the fact that I've disabled the Steam overlay. Then I'm just remembering, like, oh yeah, Shift Tab is how you open the Steam overlay. And it'd be very annoying right now, because Shift Tab is how you change characters. That's always been an annoying hotkey to me, though. Shift Tab. Because you run with Shift. when you're playing like shooters and whatnot, you often run and sprint with shift, and tab is usually how you check the scoreboard. So if I'm running from point A to point B, I might press tab to look at what's going on right now. Like how you might sprint somewhere as soldier in Overwatch, but then press tab to look at the like ult charges and whatnot. So having the game bring up like an outside of the game interface as a result would be really frustrating. I've never been a fan of their choice of the hotkey for that. But doing hotkeys is hard. As somebody that needs hotkeys to toggle my voice chat in Discord and also to toggle my recordings in OBS so that I can do my job, trying to find new places to add hotkeys can be very frustrating. It's like, what's a place what's the thing that I'll reasonably press, but also is not taken already? Hey, we found a place, thank God. I was a little worried that we were just completely fucked. I mean, we wouldn't be fucked, but I was definitely like not sure where to find what to do next, because all of my ideas were dead ending. I was not fond of that. Spinny, spinny, spin. Kill. If y'all wouldn't mind getting deader, please. Jeez. Heal our poor boy up so he can staff sweep. Whee! Alright, one of them's dead now. That's something. Now the snowballing happens to you guys. I think that if this game was more popular, modders would replace that victory sound with anything that had more punch with it than that. It's like da da da. Somewhat exasperated by the fact that you sit there in silence for like 5 seconds after you do the killing blow. You just sit there quietly for like 5 seconds waiting for the game to realize the fight's over, and then the fight song plays, but it's like really not very catchy. And then you still wait there for like a few more seconds after that's over for the fight to actually end. Just a few pacing things. That's taunting me. There's just an item over there that I can't get to. What did I accomplish by coming here? Yes, we came in via here, walked onto this, went this way, can't go that way. There were some gloatants here in a bag, I don't know why. Living creatures abandoned in a bag that nobody seems to be attending. Everything seems really linear. I don't see anywhere else to go, or anything to get, or a thing to solve. I'm having a bit of a struggle here, aren't I? This one's glowy. Like, there's one glowy panel that seems kind of maybe important. There's invisible walls here stopping me from going further in this direction. Can't get that item. We can't expect anybody... The only mandatory party member in group 1 is Boots. So he can lockpick, but anything else, anyone else's abilities shouldn't be relevant, which means there's not much mechanically for them to surprise me with. Oh, hello. Shit. No, there's an item just floating in the air up there, but you can only get it as Democritus, which we don't have with us. Shit. So yes, there are some uses for people's party member powers, but they're optional, I guess. So it's like that's optional loot, and maybe he could also grab that. So they're like double taunting me for not having Democritus in the party right now. I'm not totally sure what they want from me. I'll save first because I'm worried, but am I supposed to fight all those guys as this guy? Let's open this open area. Oh god. Hal's gonna get fucking stomped. Hal! Wow. They're gonna do most of the work of killing me before I even get one turn. Nutspark, you. Whoa. Whoa, it actually told me how much health he had. Oh, because this is the one party member that can tell how much health people has. It doesn't matter though, because I can't heal. Probably. Yeah, no. I don't. Oh boy. Do I have to win that fight in order to continue? Because I'm pretty fucked otherwise. Why would... Oops. The death screen's always Boots in the same patch of dirt, no matter where you die. Oh boy. Okay, so here's something to think about, though. So I'm realizing Stiletto's a mandatory party member. You have to have Boots in Party 1 and Stiletto in Party 2. The cutscene specifically said that Stiletto's running the other party. Okay, that gives me something to work with. In that, I think we do need to genuinely, carefully search the entire environment. See, I can't use a code here. She can throw a loony. So like there probably is a Stiletto secret somewhere, and that's probably how I proceed. So I'm probably stuck because I haven't found it. Which like I haven't really been training myself to look for them. In part because she hasn't been around most of the game. What was that? Ooh, have I been up here before? Yeah, I have. I'm about to get real frustrated looking at every single wall for a loony spot, aren't I? I thought I saw something green up here. Maybe it was a glitch? Or I imagined it or something? But yeah, it was like weird button square things that are like high up. I think they looked vaguely like the things that Pal interacts with, but they're like too high for him to reach. And it's because she's supposed to throw a loony at them. This is made even more silly by the fact that I think that Paco can basically just fly. Did I try to do this? I could get the camera to see it. I can't see shit as Paco. The camera does not support him very well. I don't think I can punch the leaky crate to get anything out of it. There's just like an air conditioning in here. Oh, this level might get frustrating. And not so much in the intriguing puzzle-solving sort of way, but more in the what the fuck? Because we have 3 very large areas. Today's face... Oh, Twerk Beef Plaza. Nope, you cannot fit 322.17 on here. And I also have to like somehow know which one's which. Like, I'm not sure when those codes are going to come into play. Ooh. Ooh. Hello. Ooh. Okay. 264212. Oops, 4212. Fuck that up. And then 1356776. Yeah, talk about the pitfalls of just having a huge area to play in. Shift 14568, guard Matt Williams, ID, blah blah blah. Memorize all shift codes and erase. Failure to do so will result in punishment 3457 of the Detta core punishment code. Okay, so we have the codes to 5 of the cells? Oops. Yeah. 26135. So we don't know 2. No. We don't know 4. Huh? Wait, am I fine? What was that sound? Oh. It kind of eventually starts hurting you, but maybe not that much. Yeah, it's not that much. You guys okay just standing out there? So this is, yeah, this is cell 4. So the downstairs one's the one I don't have the code to, but everything else, we're groovy. Alright. Thank fucking Christ we found some progress. I was a little worried, but we have a lead. Let's follow up on that now. The timer reset again. It's down to 0:06 now. I don't know what does that. That's weird.